Hi, boys and girls. This week we are going to begin learning about perspective or point of view. The title of this slideshow is It's a Matter of Perspective. And no, it's not a 40 slide PowerPoint. I cut it down just a little bit. What does perspective mean? Hey, I recognize a root within the word perspective. I bet I'll be able to use the root to help define the word. Remember, the root is like the base word. It's the word without prefixes or suffixes. The Latin root spect means to see. Perspective refers to how a person sees a given situation. Two people can have two different perspectives. So, guys, if we were in class, every year when I teach perspective, I bring sunglasses and we put them on and we talk about what things look like without the sunglasses and what things look like with them. Because the way you see things impacts your point of view or perspective. That means two people can see things differently. Let's look at an example. Tomorrow is the first game of the college football season. Well, we all have different perspectives about football. Some of us love it, some of us don't. And our perspectives are largely formed by our experiences and by our schema, which is what we already know. So let's take a look at Blake's perspective. Blake says, I can't wait to watch football games on TV every Saturday this fall. This is the best time of year. Kellen's perspective. Ugh, it's football season again. My dad is going to be sitting on the sofa watching football games every Saturday for the next few months. Watching football on TV is boring. Clearly, you can see on this slide that Blake and Kellen have two different perspectives. Blake is going to enjoy this time of year watching football, while Kellen is not going to enjoy it as much. Okay, let's take a look at another example. It says, can you identify two different perspectives for the following event? Adam and Alyssa's dad tells them that they are going to go on a road trip to California from their home in Pennsylvania. So this is what Alyssa thinks, or this is her perspective. This is going to be great. We'll be able to see several cool landmarks like the Grand Canyon and Mammoth Cave. Adam, on the other hand, feels a little bit differently about it. He says, what a long trip. I always feel motion sick when I have to ride in the back seat of the car. This isn't going to be fun at all. I bet that Adam's perspective was formed by a previous experience or by his schema, which is what he already knows about long road trips. Same for Alyssa. I bet she had a great experience before while going on a road trip, and that has impacted her perspective now. Let's look at another situation. It says, can you identify two different perspectives for the following event? Jen and Mike's grandpa decided to buy a kitten for companionship. Here's Mike's perspective. Why did grandpa choose to get a kitten? A puppy would have been much more entertaining than a kitten, and it would have been a better companion too. On the other hand, here's Jen's perspective. I'm so glad that grandpa decided to get a kitten. Kittens are so adorable and playful. Once again, Mike and Jen have two different perspectives that were influenced by their previous experiences and their schema, which is what they already know about the topic. Let's look at this situation. Can you identify two different perspectives for the following event? Juan and Rachel's teacher just started reading a new chapter book during read aloud time. It's a realistic fiction book. Now, we know a lot of boys like nonfiction. Let's take a listen to Juan's perspective. This book is a bit boring. I prefer science fiction or fantasy books. I hope Mrs. A reads a science fiction book sometime this year. On the other hand, here's Rachel's perspective. This is the best book Mrs. A has read all year long. The next time I go to the library, I'm going to see if this book is a part of the series. Once again, two different perspectives, probably formed by previous experiences because they now have decided what kind of books they like, and also their schema, which is their background knowledge and background experiences play into it. Another situation. This is a situation with Jonah. Jonah begged his parents to buy a trumpet for him. They agreed to buy one for him as long as he practices from 4 o'clock to 4:30 each day. It is now 4 o'clock. Here's Jonah's perspective. I don't feel like practicing my trumpet. I want to go play soccer with my friends. Here's his dad's perspective. Jonah needs to practice. I spend a lot of money buying that trumpet, so he needs to practice each day like he promised he would. Authors often create characters with different perspectives, and we're going to see that in the coming weeks. I'm going to take a look at a couple of passages, or we're going to take a look, and we're going to identify the contrasting perspectives between the two characters within the passage. Read along with me. Katie, can you help me add this contact to my phone? I just can't remember how to do everything on this fancy new iPhone, said Katie's grandmother, handing her the phone. Sure, Grandma, replied Katie. I'm a pro at this because it's just like my iPod. It's really quite easy. Just watch what I do. Katie touched the screen a few times and then handed the phone back to her grandma. Thanks, Katie. I have no idea how you did that, though. I think I might be too old to learn all of this new technology. Just when I think I figured it out, they change it all again, Katie's grandmother complained. I love new technology, said Katie. In fact, I can't wait to find out what the next version of the iPhone will be able to do. Let's take a look at Katie's perspective and Grandma's perspective. So Katie feels like new technology is exciting. She loves it. While Grandma, on the other hand, says new technology is confusing and overwhelming to try to learn. Let's take a look at another passage. Ben, will you come play with me? Asked 5-year-old Anna. No, I have a ton of homework I have to do, Ben told his younger sister. You're so lucky, said Anna. I wish I had homework to do. I think that you're the lucky one, Anna, because you don't have an hour of homework to do after school. You can go outside and play with your friends whenever you want. Ben pointed out. I'd rather do homework than go outside and play, Anna replied. Believe me, Anna, you'll feel differently when you're in 4th grade. You definitely won't want homework anymore, said Ben. No, I'll always love doing homework. I'll never get sick of it, Anna insisted. Let's take a look at Ben and Anna's perspectives. Ben's perspective is homework is not fun, and he wishes he didn't have to do it. While Anna's perspective is homework looks like fun, she wishes that she could do some homework. All right, let's take a look at this one. Aspen knocked on the front door of his new neighbor's house. He was excited because for the first time in 11 years, he had lived in his house. There was finally another boy his age living on the street. Aspen had talked to Owen last night for the first time, and they seemed to have a lot in common. After a few moments, Owen opened the door. Hey, Aspen. Hi. It's going to be a really hot day. A bunch of my friends are going to meet at the swimming pool. Our town pool has an awesome slide and 3 diving boards. Do you want to join us? Aspen asked. I don't think I can. I think I have to help my mom unpack, stuttered Owen. Thanks for asking, though. After Aspen left, Owen leaned against the door frame and sighed. I don't want to tell Aspen that I don't know how to swim and that I'm terrified of deep water. What am I going to do? Let's take a look at Aspen's perspective and Owen's perspective. Aspen feels like swimming is fun and going to the pool is the perfect thing to do on a hot day. While Owen, on the other hand, thinks swimming is scary because he never learned how to do it. And he doesn't want to go to the pool even when it's hot outside. Sometimes readers have to analyze pieces of writing to look for the evidence of the author's perspective. Okay, so sometimes there's necessarily not a character, but the author himself or herself inserts their perspective within the writing. We're going to take a look at just one passage. Do you consider fruit snacks healthy? I asked 10 8-year-olds that very question, and 8 out of the 10 children stated that they considered fruit snacks to be healthy. In fact, one child informed me that since fruit snacks are made of fruit, they had to be healthy. Consider this. A tiny bag of fruit snacks contains about 5 teaspoons of sugar per pouch. That's a lot of sugar for a small snack. Also, they contain no protein, fiber, or healthy fat. So kids who eat a serving of fruit snacks will likely be hungry and wanting another snack again very soon. Do you still think fruit snacks are healthy? The next time someone mentions munching on fruit snacks, encourage him or her to find a real piece of fruit to eat instead. So, what is the author's perspective that they are conveying or showing us in this passage? The author believes fruit snacks are unhealthy. We're going to return to the passage and underline some evidence to support this answer. So take a look. The author says the following to show that he or she believes that fruit snacks are unhealthy. A tiny bag of fruit snacks contains about 5 teaspoons of sugar per pouch. That's a lot of sugar for a small snack. Also, they contain no protein, fiber, or healthy fat. So kids who eat a serving of fruit snacks will likely be hungry and wanting another snack again very soon. Also, the author says, find a real piece of fruit to eat instead. All of that text shows that the author believes that fruit snacks are unhealthy. Fantastic job, boys and girls.